This is another video today. I went through like a little mini depression mode earlier because I was looking at my son, realizing he was getting older, and I'm like, oh my God, he's getting old. And I swear, I think maybe my phone senses my emotions because random videos kind of along the topic show up on TikTok. But anywho, I was looking at my son, realizing he's 16, realizing that he's almost grown, and that shit hit me like I'm grieving. Okay, like I'm grieving the impending doom upon me, having a grown son. I don't think he's not gonna be the type to go no contact though, because me and him are kind of cool. But anywho, so I'm scrolling through TikTok and I see all these videos about kids going no contact with their mothers. And it's always a comment section full of moms talking about how their kids cut them off. It's a lot of white women who their kids keep going no contact with them. I wonder what these white women did to their kids where they go no contact. I don't know. But anywho, so they all in the comment section talking, giving their stories about how their kids cut them off, won't even see them, haven't talked to them 3-5 years. They on their deathbed and they still haven't talked to them. They just cut them off cold, and they're kind of trauma bonding on the subject. And I saw this comment that kind of was like, made me want to say this. She was like, it's always about the moms, it's always our fault, but the dad, how come there's no topics about no contact with dad? I know why. Because dad doesn't care. I told y'all, I think I've been talking about the difference between men and their emotions versus women. Women and men have two different ways of expressing emotion, understanding, and comprehending things. To a lot of fathers, when they don't hear from their child, they can just assume they're living their life and that's that. And usually a lot of men are probably somewhere with their wife or girlfriend and they just simply don't care, right? With a lot of mothers and women, our whole identity has been our kids for so long that the thought of them moving on with their life without including you is kind of like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? It's like men, I think they see a child growing up and not talking to them is evolution. It kind of means to them, oh, if they ain't talking to me, that mean they don't need nothing. They're good. They ain't got to ask me for nothing. They don't want to borrow no money. Things of that sort. So I feel men take it as when they get the silent treatment from their child, they take it as, well, they must be doing good. Okay? They must be doing good. Women, it's like the silent treatment. I think it's hard. I think a lot of women haven't detached from their mother role in a healthy way. And they probably should have started detaching from their child a long time ago so they can understand the evolution of life. Because the more pesky a lot of mothers are by calling and texting nonstop, it makes the child not want to talk to you even more. Like I told y'all, it's been time my mother keep calling back to back to back. That makes me not want to talk to her. Okay? But if I go a week or two without hearing from her, it's like, okay, let me call my mom, see if she, whatever. But it's that constant pestering and things like that that makes the child not want to deal with you. I think men have a basic understanding. If their child is not talking to them, I don't think they ever look at it. I don't think a lot of men look at it as they don't like me. I think men are so self-absorbed where it never hits them that the reason why my child is not talking to me is because of something I did. I just think a lot of men don't care enough to investigate that much. Okay? Like, even if they are hurting in some way, they find a distraction, usually a girlfriend or a wife or a dog or their buddies or something like that. Men are good at going on with life as if they don't have kids, number one. And number two, it's like they don't care. Okay? I told y'all I not talked to my dad for years. I told you I called my dad. I'd be like, I ain't talked to you in a while, Dad. He'd be like, you got my number too. Like, Just completely act like what the fuck. But here it is, my mom, all on my voicemail, all on my line, all in my text. It's like, dang, ain't you married? So it's that detachment from mothers. I think mothers see things different. I also think we're living in an age where, since we have technology, it's easier for moms to feel ignored. But you know, if you go a few decades back, before there were cellular phones, before there was internet, you know how long kids were going out talking to their parents? If they went off to war or something, they probably contact through mail. You may hear from your kids maybe through mail or some shit, but y'all didn't have that. Like, it's kind of always been the thing where kids move out, start their own life, and you may not hear from them for a while, for a long time. They may come by with the grandkids, but technology is making it where, since you don't have an immediate response from people, you think that's abnormal, when it's kind of always been a thing to not contact your parents after a while. Okay. I think no contact dads, or men who are in no contacts, I don't think they're even aware that they're in no contact because they did something wrong. I really think men take the approach of automatically thinking, well, if they're not talking to me, it's because they're living their life. I don't think it ever dawns on a lot of dads that my child is in no contact with me because I was a terrible father. I don't think they care that much to investigate. I really don't think a lot of men care as much as women. I think it's women, when a child is not answering their phone call, they immediately assume things, and then they start crying and begging to their child and making themselves probably look and sound so pathetic, which is pushing their child away even more. Okay? So that's why it's kind of like, I feel like it's a difference between the dads and the mom. It's dad never self-reflects and think he's done anything wrong, and he doesn't care about his kids not contacting him because he doesn't want anyone contacting him needing anything anyway. He's assuming that his son is off, probably dealing with different women and having sex and having a great life. And the daughter, good thing she's not calling him because she doesn't have to give him any, he doesn't have to give her any money. Like, I feel like men take it as a relief when their kid is not contacting them. I think women take it as an insult. Okay? And women are good at digging themselves further into the hole of not being contacted, because they'll start saying mean, horrible things to their kid. They'll just keep on pushing and pressing the issue so much. Well, now you don't really push your child away. Because the second you don't talk to a mother, here she is saying, she's saying she cussing you out, she calling you names, she leaving a million voicemails, and that just makes you never want to talk to her again. Whereas dad, he kind of more chill on it. Like, I just don't think men care. All right, bye.